Hello, my beautiful friends. I am starting this video over because I am just like all over the place this morning. I'm tired. I have yet to have my coffee, and I woke up. I only got like 4 hours of sleep, but we are here. We're gonna grind. So hello and welcome to today's mess of a video. I will be your host, Miss Allie Dawson, and I'm here to review some new makeup for you guys. So typically, whenever Nomad launches a new palette, I like to do a dedicated review for them. However, I know that me and like 50 other content creators are going to release their video at the exact same time. So I wanted to do something a little differently. I wanted to try out some new makeup in this video along with trying out the new Nomad palette, just because I like to spice things up. And I know you guys get kind of overwhelmed with seeing the same amount of videos come out at the exact same time. I've seen your guys' comments, not only on my video, but on my fellow content creators' videos as well, that you guys say that you get overwhelmed with the amount of content creators releasing the same video at the exact same time. So I was like, why don't I take a step back? Why don't I try out some new makeup in this video as well to keep things a little spicy, keep you guys on your toes, and to play with some new makeup because I gotta put it on anyway. So might as well just film it. You know what I mean? So with that said, welcome back, my beautiful friends. You guys are looking beautiful today. Hope you guys are doing well, and I just want to say how much I love you. You are valuable, you are worth it, and I am so glad you're here. So, I'm looking ragged this morning. Because I went to a wedding last night and I haven't gone out in a very long time. And I barely drink. I just don't really drink anymore. It's just not really my vibe. But I'll have an occasional social drink here and there. And I only had like 2 or 3 drinks last night. And I stopped drinking like hours and hours before we ended it. But I haven't gone out like that in a long time. Okay, the wedding was at 5. We didn't get home until well after midnight. Okay, and I'm an old lady. Okay, I'm in bed by like 10:30 now, so it was past my bedtime. But when the wedding was over, we ended up going to an Irish pub afterwards. They put a stamp on my hand that won't come off. So you guys are gonna see in this video. We're just gonna have to appreciate it, okay? And that's why I look like I have leftover makeup on my face, because I do. I've washed it. Well, last night I didn't. Last night I just used a makeup wipe and then I went to bed because I was tired. But this morning I washed it and we just have leftover makeup residue. And it is what it is. We're just going to go with it. So, with that said, let's dive into trying out these new makeup products. You should see my desk. Okay, it's a cluttered mess. But that's the story of my life right now. So up first, we're going to try the brand new Nomad Cosmetics. This is going to be the Ireland Wild Atlantic Way palette. First off, the outside packaging, can we appreciate how beautiful this outside packaging is? Like, Ireland is a big bucket place of mine to visit. Scotland's my number 1, but I definitely want to go to Ireland. And then when you pull the palette out, it's going to have a nice little green velvet feel to it. But y'all, the color story. Can we talk about how beautiful this color story is? Like, what? Oh my god, this is absolutely stunning. You guys know my favorite palettes to work with are fall palettes, but I also really love green eyeshadow palettes, and this is absolutely giving. This is giving me everything that I want. So according to the little postcard that I got, it says that this is a spectrum of Irish greens with soft mosses and luscious bogs to emerald greens and rich glens, sprinkled with sea blues and neutral touches of limestone, peat, and golden flowering plants, 11 grand mattes and 7 splendid shimmers inspired by the untamed and dramatic beauty of Ireland's west coast. We're proud to support Irish Wildlife Trust that works to raise awareness of Ireland's rich natural heritage and protect it for future generations. Absolutely fantastic. It also has a more deep dive about the destination, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, I tried reading that like for a couple minutes and I struggled, so we're just gonna not read it today to save myself time. So I have this to review. I also bought this, and I'm judging myself for it because I don't know why I did, but I just was like, Allie, you don't want to miss it. I bought the brand new Makeup by Mario. This is going to be the neutral palette, and this is how this palette looks. All right, very pretty white. You open it up in the inside, and this is going to be a cool tone neutral palette. I bought it, and I don't know why I did, because like y'all know how I feel about like neutrals. I do love a cool tone neutral palette, I do, but I bought it and I was like, the FOMO in me was like, bitch, you need this. But then realistically, I'm like, do I? Do I though? But I have it. And I will say that I really did enjoy the first master palettes I had from him. And I had a chance to meet Makeup by Mario. Truly incredible, super sweet. So maybe that's also why I bought it. I also just saw the big influencers talking about it. And I was like, oh shit, well, they're talking about it. I gotta get it too. So here we are. So I might review this today, I might not, but at some point you guys will see me feature this. But I think I definitely want to play with the Nomad Cosmetics Ireland palette, because it's just so pretty. Also, I got a random package in the mail. Like, what? It just like makes my day. I get so excited. I'm like, oh my god, am I turning into one of the influencers who have all these perfumes? I get so excited. Okay, so ooh, I got a perfume. That literally just makes my day. That smells so good. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. Okay. All righty. Okay. First thing I need to do is take in that amazing smell. I need to do my brows. Okay. We are going to do my brows. I'm going to talk to you guys about life. My voice is going to come and go because let me tell you. So last wedding I went to was Paige's wedding back in December. But I went to a wedding last night with one of my dear friends. I absolutely love this girl. We worked together at my old job when I was at Disney. Well, I can't say when I was at Disney because I'm back at Disney. But we worked together for a long time. So this girl, I don't know if I can say her name. I don't want to dox her. I mean, I've posted her in my stories before, and I'm going to end up posting pictures of her anyway, so, like, screw it. Her name is Chelsea. I absolutely adore Chelsea. So, me and her bonded over our fear of flying and our fear of being around people throwing up. So, we completely bonded at our job. We completely bonded working together with that, because I think one day I was talking about, like, my worst flight and, like, being on a plane and some kid was getting sick behind me, and I was absolutely like mortified, thinking, oh my god, this is how I'm gonna die. You know what I mean? Very dramatic, very dramatic. And so she was like, oh my gosh. So we just started bonding over that, and like we really formed such a tight connection. She's so freaking amazing. I absolutely love this girl to death. So it was her wedding last night, and whenever we used to work together, we would get in trouble because there was a manager. I loved this manager so much, so much. He was always like, I don't know why I always schedule you and Chelsea to like run food together or to be in the same hut, because all you guys do is run your mouths and just cause a lot of havoc and are just having too much fun. We used to have way too much fun. Like everybody loved working in the huts with us because me and Chelsea would just be laughing and goofing around the entire time, because that's just kind of how you have to do it. But there was a day, I don't know how or why this started, but Chelsea and I were in the hut one day, and we were, for some reason, talking about Genovia, like the Princess Diary Genovia scene. And Chelsea just bursted out with her own rendition of the Genovia theme song because she knows the entire song. And so she's in the hut on top of her lungs going, Genovia, the land I call my home. And she put on a full-scale concert for us at that moment. So the manager that was always like, I don't know why I scheduled you guys together, he was drinking his coffee, watching her put on this performance. Another manager came in being like, I can hear this all the way at the host stand. Okay, so that means if she can hear it, all the other guests can hear Chelsea and her rendition of Genovia. And she did the breakdown, Genovia. Oh my god, we would have the absolute blast together. That's how it always was with me and her. And whenever we started to run food together, we would just be sitting there laughing the entire time and just making everybody had a great time with us. So I've always been very close to her. And she was at my wedding. I love that her and her husband were at my wedding. And we went to their wedding last night. First off, she looked absolutely beautiful. I mean, like, absolutely beautiful. Very, very gorgeous. In her dress. True princess bride dress. She walked down the aisle to Lover from Taylor Swift. And I was like, oh my goodness. It was the absolute most amazing thing to see. I'm so happy for her and her husband. So we went to her wedding last night, And it was with a bunch of old coworkers, okay? Because like she still works at that job. She's actually a manager now, and I'm very freaking happy for her. I'm gonna go into this palette right here. I'm gonna go into Blarney Stone. Anyway, so we went out to her wedding last night, and so she still works at her old job, but she's now a manager there. Okay, so she brought all the other managers as well that came out to celebrate, and some coworkers that I had worked with for a long time. And let me just say, it was my first time like really hanging out with some of these managers outside of work. There was some that I've definitely hung out with outside of work before, but like that's something we have to keep on the down low because technically that's not allowed because they are your manager. But they were all there last night to support Chelsea, and one, it was just so cool to like see everybody like outside of that job. And then two, to like reconnect with people that I haven't seen in years as well. It was very, very, very nice to kind of see all that kind of come together. Like, drinking with my old managers, and I was just like, so like, this is so cool. And the thing is that like these old managers that like were there are managers that physically hired me when I first started at that job so long ago. So it's so fun to kind of see them like let loose and have fun and just like be themselves. And it was such an amazing wedding. They played a lot of like old hits and like new hits, and like we were all drinking, having a good time. Like I said, I barely drink anymore, so I just had like 2 or 3 drinks, and we were just having a great time. It was like a traditional wedding too, which I was like, oh shit, they had the cocktail hour, they had the like exact like everything you expect when it comes to like a wedding. That was exactly how it was. Very, very beautiful. Chelsea put on a gorgeous wedding. So we were just having a great time at the cocktail hour. We were having a great time at the dinner table. Like a lot of people kept coming up to our table because we were, I would say we're like the fun table, but like we were the fun table. And then as soon as food was done, we had all got up on the dance floor and we're just having a blast all night, just dancing and singing. And I think my voice has been coming and going because like it's loud, so you have to like scream and be like, whoa, you know what I mean? And so it was a lot of fun. I just didn't know like what to expect, but like there's like a sense of comfort. Like there was like a sense, I'm gonna go into this shade right here called Malin Head. There's like a sense of comfort last night and being around these people that I've known since I was 21 years old, because like I'm now 34 and I've known them for literally like, oh my god, fuck. Alexa, what's 34 minus 21?
34 minus 21 is 13.
Okay, that's where I'm at right now. We're not going to judge. We're literally not going to judge, okay? Because I'm already judging myself. So anyway, so it was really nice just like being with people that I've known for 13 years who see me grow, evolve, see me go through the most happiest times to the most depressing, loneliest times. Like they've seen me go through it all, and it was just so nice to kind of be around that and feel like this sense of community and comfortability and just be with people that I've known for almost half my life, you know what I mean? It was really nice and I really, really enjoyed it. And it was just a great way to kind of like start off like my weekend, because like right now I am pre-filming this on Friday, because by the time you guys are seeing this I'm pretty much packing to get ready to leave to go to Vegas. So it's just like really, really nice just to like start the vacation week like that, you know what I mean? Because I just I didn't know what to expect, but I had the best time. So we went to the wedding last night, and then when we went to after we got done with the wedding, they were all like, hey, so we want to continue the party, so we're going to go to a bar afterwards, and we were going to go to an Irish pub. And I said, okay, cool. And Corey was like, oh shit, I have school the next day, like I don't know if I could really go. And I was like, let's just go just for like a little bit, like, and we both were not drinking, we both were like just drinking water, because like I was like, I don't really like to nighttime drink anymore either, because going to bed with this Benz is just not fun. So we decided to just go for a little bit. And when we got there, first off, I have not been at this bar in age. It's probably been a good like 7 to 8 years since I've been to this bar. Okay, it is like an actual like Irish bar. The first thing they did is gave me this damn freaking stamp, and I was like, come on, like this shit don't come off, you know what I mean? Like I literally took a shower and this shit don't come off. I'm gonna go into this shade called Slen right here. And so we get there, and it's like I would say 11:45 at night when we arrived, because the wedding started at 5, but it ended like around 10:45, almost 11 o'clock is when it ended. So we got there pretty late. And it's been so long since I've been to that bar, and it was so loud. I forgot that a bar like this is like where people can go outside and make a smoke, so you were smelling like weed and tons of people were drinking. And I'm wearing a freaking, like, you know, my not my wedding dress, but like the dress I wore to Chelsea's wedding. And the way that some of the men were staring at me, I was like, I need to get out of here. I got so like scared, but it was really cool. Like we got to, like, you know, hang out with everybody from the wedding and stuff like that, and so people continue to have a good time. It was a lot of fun. But we didn't get home until, like, I would say close to midnight is when we got home. Close to like 1 o'clock in the morning is like when Corey and I got home, and I was like, oh my god, we have not gone out that late and so freaking long. I was like, we're so old. And then I'm gonna take the shade called Savage Beauty right here. We're gonna put that right in the inner corner here. I don't know how to say that. This shape. And we're going to use this to line my upper waterline, so I can mix it with my false lashes. Here's the funny is I have to go meet my parents after this for lunch, so they're going to see me in like full heavy makeup. My parents never really see me in makeup because I'm consistently washing my face before I go out anywhere, because I just still, like, I don't know, don't really go out with like crazy eyeshadow looks, and now they're about to see me go out with a crazy eyeshadow look. And then I got to stop at Ulta because I got to get like shampoo and conditioner. I'll throw in some false lashes, and then I will be right on back to finish the face. Eyes are on. I think this is really, really, really pretty. This definitely gives me perfect, like, St. Patrick's Day palette vibes. It gives me perfect, just like Ireland green. It is just giving. I freaking love it. So we're gonna move on to the face. So up first, I do have the Glow recipe. This is the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Hue Drops. This is supposed to be for the ultimate sun-kissed glow. I did a video on this a while ago, and I'm still really proud of that video. And I told you I was gonna get it. And I got it, and it's here. So we're gonna go ahead and try this out. I'm gonna take this. Ooh, I just don't have a smell to it. I'm just gonna put this on the face. Oh, okay. This definitely does shear itself out just a tad, which I do appreciate. It definitely feels like their glow serum, the way that it just glides right on, and it just gives you like a hint of like bronzeness, which I appreciate. So speaking of appreciate, I did a video yesterday, or I guess for you guys the day before, and I talked to you guys about like channel changes. So in this video, you guys are going to see pretty much basic edits. There's going to be some videos that's going to have like basic editing. Some videos are going to have really like what I think would be superb editing stuff. It just kind of depends on the context of the video. When it's like a chit chat, get ready with me, and like, you know, something close up like this, I like being a little bit more simplistic because I feel like I'm just sitting here talking to my friend. And like in reality, my friend, I'm not editing every single bit of the conversation and being, you know, wow, 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 you know what I mean? Like I'm sitting here talking to my friends. So some videos will have very basic editing. Some videos will have a lot more to it. Just like I said, depends on the context of the video. So this one's to be a little bit more basic. I did a video yesterday kind of talking about the channel. I did a video yesterday talking about some changes on my channel. And y'all, I didn't expect to get what I got. I'm going to go into the Iconic London. This is the brand new Velvet Smooth Pore Refining Primer. This says that this is a velvet skin is easier to achieve than ever with this cushiony pore refining primer. Our whipped, balmy formula glides effortlessly onto the skin, instantly smoothing out texture for a flawless, airbrushed look, enriched with powerful red grapeseed extracts renowned for helping boost collagen production for a smoother looking complex. So we're going to give this a go. But I did that video and I didn't really know what to expect. And I have to say, you guys were freaking incredible, because I was just being completely open, raw, and real with you guys and telling you guys how I felt. And the amount of like sweetness and kindness that you guys showed me was unmatched. Like, that doesn't really have a smell. Ooh, feels like whipped cream though. Ooh, this feels really nice. Feels like the day when you used to put shaving cream on the table back when you were in elementary school and used to clean the table that way with shaving cream and have a lot of fun. This is exactly what it feels like. Very, very, very thick and silky is how it feels. But anyway, I just didn't know what to expect, but you guys really took me by surprise with how kind you guys were and how graceful you guys were, and you guys kept telling me to show myself grace, and you guys are completely right. I definitely need to. But you guys also made me feel like my feelings were validated, because this is my first time doing something different, okay? Like, I have never had like an office job before. My first job, I worked at Circuit City. I started off selling TVs. They put me on sales because they said that I was a pretty girl, and so I should have been on the like selling TVs. I don't know shit about TVs. I was 18 years old. I was fresh out of high school, so I didn't know anything about TVs. So they had me on there for like a month, and then they ended up putting me to customer service, which was fine because I ended up getting a pay raise going to customer service. This feels incredible. What's the key ingredient? What's the first ingredient? Silicone. We have silicone base, but I will say I look incredibly smooth. Whoa, this feels, it feels like, you know, the Tarte, like, pour shit, what's it called? Timeless Smoothing Primer. It feels like this, but like in a butter, like in a like whipped cream version. Wow, it feels so smooth, like holy crap. All right, we're gonna go in with the Hydro Glow foundation. But my first job, I worked at Circuit City. They didn't move me to customer service because after about a month, they were like, this bitch can't sell TVs. And I was like, yeah, you're right, because I don't know anything about TVs. And yet somehow you guys put me over here. I don't know shit. So they moved me to customer service. And then after I worked there for 9 months, Circuit City actually ended up filing for vacancy, and they ended up shutting down all their stores. So I was only working at that job for 9 months before they closed down. But I will say that job was super easy. At that time, this was 2008, I was getting paid, I think, like $11 an hour. And I think hourly wage at that time was like $7. So I was getting paid well beyond, like, I think what was expected for that job. They paid me very, very well. They paid me very well. But I also hated that job because I would get sexually harassed by coworkers like there was no tomorrow. I remember this one guy literally pushed me up against the wall and pushed himself on me and said if I told anybody, he would hurt me. And he was actually one of the managers there. And so I didn't know what to do, so I kept my mouth shut. I never told anybody. Never told anybody the times that I would get sexually assaulted there. But I just kept my mouth shut because I was so scared. I also didn't know any better. You know what I mean? So when that job shut down, I ended up working at this arena selling beer and popcorn to people like during the baseball season. So I worked at Silver Spur Arena selling popcorn and beer to people. I did that job for like 2 months because it was only during like the training season, and then like that job was just very temporary, so I got let go from there. And then I moved on to Subway, and I was a sandwich artist for 4 months before I ended up leaving that job because I ended up getting the job at Books A Million. And I loved working at Books A Million because I loved books. I hated dealing with the teenagers that would come in at night and destroy the store. I absolutely hated that aspect, but I loved working at Books A Million doing, I worked in their cafe for the first couple months, so I made all the drinks and stuff like that, and people loved when I worked in the cafe because I would purposely burn the cookies so that it couldn't be consumed by the consumers. But when you burn the cookies, you can use them as samplers and you can eat them. They tasted fantastic, but they were just a little bit too crisp. They had to be like a certain texture, and I made them too crispy, so we would just use them as samples. I really did like working in the cafe. It was really nice. Really nice. And then I'm moving over to the register where I became the cashier, and I had to sell cards. The only problem that I ended up hating that job is that I was forced to sell their Books A Million card, and I hated selling a Books A Million card because you had to sell a certain amount each day, and if you didn't, it would affect your hours. Like, they would literally take away your hours if you're not selling the card. And for me, I've always been about finding the cheapest option. Find the cheapest option because that's the best way to go. I'm going to go into the LYS stick right here. Anyway, I would have to sell cards, and I hated selling the cards because I did not believe in like pushing the card on people if I saw that they genuinely did not want it. So for me, I was always like, oh, you know, you're buying this hardcover book, and I know it's bad to do, but I'd be like, hey, if you head over to Amazon, you can buy this book for like $5 cheaper. And my managers would catch me doing that, and they would get pissed, and they'd be like, why are you doing that? Like, you're undercutting us. And I said, because I'm trying to help the customer. I want them to save $1. They said, yeah, but like you're literally like having to go to our competitor. And I'm like, well, I put the consumer first because I still shop at Amazon for all my books. Even though I worked here, I still shop at Amazon for all my books because it was so much cheaper. Like, why would I not do that? You know what I mean? So I would get in trouble for that. And then I ended up getting a second job at that time. So at this point, I was going to UCS. So I ended up getting a second job, and I ended up working over at Ulta. And I worked at Ulta for, I think, like a year or 2 years. And I really ended up hating that job because the manager, she was absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. I've always worked for male managers. She was my first female manager I ever worked for. She was not my last, but she was my first. And she was just a total bitch. We had to wear all black. Oh, we were not allowed to come in with makeup. We'd have to wear the makeup that they provided there. And I was just cashier. So I was just cashier, and she would say, you have to upsell the prestige. You have to upsell prestige. And I was like, okay, but like I'm wearing non-prestige because I couldn't afford high-end makeup. So I'm wearing drugstore. And so a guest would come in and be like, oh, what are you wearing? I would tell them what I was wearing. First, I would take them to the CoverGirl section and show them this is what I'm wearing. And they would buy that, and then they would get mad at me. And I was like, whatever. So they ended up moving me to truck. So I'd have to go in every Monday and do truck, which was fine because at that point, I barely had time to get them anyway because I was so busy at Books A Million, because at Books A Million I finally became a key 6 specialist. So I was working like all the displays and the non-book essentials. So I'd be setting up all the displays of like the Yankee candles, all the accessories and stuff like that, bookmarks. That was all like me doing it. And then I would set up the displays every Tuesday morning for those that were coming in and want to see like what's new on the market and put all the new releases up. I really did enjoy that, but I ended up getting fired at that job. Which is really horrible because I just moved out on my own. Right, guys, so I ended up getting fired from a Books A Million after working there for about 2 years because we had a Saudi Arabia prince come in with his family, and they had to stay open. They had to stay open each night for them. So they came in 2 nights in a row, and we had to stay open from like 11 to like 4 a.m. But he would come in with his entire like entourage. Women would come in a different night. And I was told as a woman I was not allowed to speak to him unless spoken to. So they came in, very nice. One offered me marriage, and I said no thank you. But they tipped us each out $400 a night for staying open, like each of us, because they had a lot of money. Well, they also paid Books A Million to stay open for that time. They also bought us food each night, but they paid us $400 in tips each night. Now, our manager at the time said absolutely not, and he made us give it back over the tip. He said we were not allowed to take tips at all. So we were like, what the heck? Like, how are we not allowed to take tips? So they came in the second night, and they were giving us tips again, and I said, we're not allowed to take it. And he's like, the guy is like, what do you mean? Like, the representative's like, what do you mean not allowed to take it? And I said, we said, the managers will not let us take it. They were taking our tips and putting it into the petty cash. We were not allowed to take it. So they got pissed. They said, wait a minute. We tip every employee who works because we already paid the company to stay open for us, and now they're taking it for themselves. They got pissed. I mean, and rightfully so. And so did we. So we actually had a girl. She actually spoke Arabic. She was able to translate to them that like they were taking our tips, putting it into a petty cash fund for the store, and we had to sign a paper saying we weren't taking the tip. Well, I'm just going in with my Lunar Beauty Universal setting powder, by the way. Well, they got pissed, and they asked to meet us outside of work. So we all went. Every employee was going, and they tipped us each $800. They called corporate, ringed corporate a new one saying, how dare they take the money from us? Corporate did not know they were doing that. The manager just did it. We came in the next day, and he fired every single person who worked the event. So all of us got fired for ratting him out, saying that we went off property to take money from them, and we signed paper saying we weren't allowed to take tips. So we got fired. But literally like 2 days later, I got hired at Disney to be a host at the restaurant that I worked at for 12 years. I got hired to be a host, and then I did that. I did hosting for about a year or two. No, I did hosting for about a year before I became a server, and then I was a server all the way up until COVID, where I became like a full-time content creator. To say, this is like my first like real office job, and so I deal with like Disney reservations, speaking to guests on the phone, helping to direct them where they need to be directed to. I also deal with I also deal with money because I work in an accounting office, so we deal with money, which is definitely scary because like things can go wrong, and I don't ever want to be reliable for money like that, but things can go wrong really fast. So it's definitely like scary, like dealing with something like that I've never dealt with before. Because now I'm going to go into this blush right here. This is from Patrick Ta. It's just very scary. Needless to say, it is very scary. But I just wanted to take a moment to like thank you guys all for the sweet and encouraging words. I'm not leaving YouTube. That was not what the video was about. That was me just saying, hey, you guys are going to see different style content for time being, because I'm really going to try to switch things up. You guys love the idea of me switching things up. You guys all say you don't want me to just do makeup reviews, because you guys don't always want to watch makeup reviews, because sometimes you guys are like, well, we're not buying makeup or we're tired of makeup, this and that, and you don't always want to see makeup reviews. And I don't always want to do makeup reviews because I like to do other things other than just makeup. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the amazing feedback that you guys give me. Everything has been duly noted. I took down notes, and when I got home from the wedding this morning, I opened up my YouTube and I finally had a chance to respond already. I was so overwhelmed with the amount of love that you guys have shown me, and I can't say thank you enough, because it's very scary, like opening yourself up to be vulnerable like that, because people can judge, people can be mean, people can do all these things, and you guys are just the absolute best. And it's the reason why I continue doing what I do, because you guys truly have just been the most incredible, and I cannot say thank you enough. Like, seriously, I cannot say thank you enough for that. I think I'm just gonna take this gray shade right here and put it underneath my eyes, because for some reason I feel like that's gonna be like really pretty. I'm gonna take a look at this iconic London highlighter. We're gonna put this in the inner corner and brow bone. I really have fallen in love with this highlighter. I cannot stop using it. I got a lot of compliments about my makeup at the wedding yesterday because this damn highlighter, like, it's just so freaking good. This would be the one thing that, like, if I were like recommend, like, you definitely need to go check out and pick up, it would be this right here, because this is just so freaking iconic. Today I'm just using the ColourPop. This is in the shade called Beeper. My Jean-Luc is in my purse. Alright, then for lips, I'm going to go in with the Tarte. This is the lip vinyl in the shade called Cinnamon Spice. I also just picked this up. This looks like it'd be really, really pretty. I do love Tarte's like Maracuja lip oils. Are so freaking good. So I just want to see what this one will be like. This is the shade. Has like a nice like gold sparkle in as well. The swatch doesn't do it justice. The gold sparkle like looks so pretty online. That is so pretty. Hair is looking freaking fantastic from last night. So I will make sure I have everything linked down below. I don't want to give you guys my final opinion on these until honestly the end of March. I will say everything I tried today, I do really like it so far. Nothing stood out to me that I didn't like. I will say this Nomad palette is absolutely gorgeous. This is probably everything I ever want in like a green eyeshadow palette. This is freaking stunning. I don't know when the actual like date of this launch will be, but what I can tell you is that if you guys do want to pick this up, you guys can use code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off. I will have the details about this palette listed down below because I am pre-filming it. They haven't announced it yet. So as soon as they do, I'll just have all the details in right here for you guys so you guys can check that out. But this to me is absolutely everything. If you love green eyeshadow, this is going to be the palette for you. I hope you guys don't mind that instead of doing like a dedicated Nomad palette review, I just kind of did incorporate just trying some new makeup and just kind of like talking to you guys a little bit about my night and just hanging out with my friends. I like doing videos where I can just sit here and talk and try out new makeup because I'm trying it out anyway. Might as well just do it with my friends. So I'll make sure I list everything down below, but that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Next time you guys see me, I will be coming back from Vegas. I do have two pre-filmed videos. I have a Q&A and I have a reaction video. So I'm probably going to only have 3 videos next week because I come back Wednesday, then I work on Thursday and Friday. So I'll make sure I get my new makeup releases out, but I'll try to make sure I'm here as much as I can. So just thank you guys so much again for all the grace you guys have given me, the love you guys have given me. It like means so much to me. So that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for Life, where you guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers, I can't even talk. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.